Acidity has but one purpose. Acidity enters the human body to destroy cells, to cause cell erosion. Alkalinity, on the contrary, alkalinity comes to support life and to maintain electricity. So, a hybrid plant opposed to a natural plant, and we would use two. We would use the Kalawalla, which comes from this part of the world. It's a natural plant, it's a spore plant. The molecular structure is complete, deeming it electrical.
Hey guys, my name's Fiona and this is my channel, The Latest Fad. Okay, so this is my first ever video. I've always wanted to do a YouTube video, so I'm really excited about coming to you and telling you about something that I've discovered. I wanted to start with this because I think when I did a bit of research on it, I hadn't heard anything about it, and I do think it is something that would benefit a lot of people if they did know about it. I discovered a couple of weeks ago something called Kalawalla. Right, so I started drinking this tea called Kalawalla. And I am going to go into a bit about what Kalawalla is first, and then the benefits, why I started drinking it, and my goals of what I want to see over a period of time, basically. Right, so I'm going to show you first of all what Kalawalla is. So here it is. I'm going to show you here. So as you can see, I've got it in a bag, and I'm going to show you close up what it is. And you can see here a bit of a twig, and there's some leaves, and so my hand is covering it. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, so basically Kalawalla is a herb. It's native to Central and South America. It's also grown in the Caribbean, and that's where mine is from. I'll go into a little bit about that in a moment. First of all, I want to go into what the benefits are of drinking, why somebody might want to drink Kalawalla tea or take Kalawalla. So the benefits are immune system regulation and support. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. It fights free radicals. It offers skin cell protection, brain cell protection, blood cleansing, and it protects against UV radiation. It's also known to help immunodeficiency, psoriasis, vitiligo, sunlight-induced dermatitis, UV radiation burns, lupus, and dementia. The ancient Mayans used to use it as a tea as a blood purifier. Kalawalla does have a scientific name as well, which is Polypodium leucotomus. So you might find it under that name also. It does have a few other names as well. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is why I started drinking Kalawalla. So it was recommended to me. I wasn't looking for it. I was at a store with my mum. She was buying some other leaves. She was buying soursop leaves to be precise. She was buying soursop leaves to be precise. I actually saw something called Kalawalla on the store, and I said to her, oh wow, there's something called Kalawalla, that's a bit weird. So I asked the vendor what it does, and he said it's for your immune system. So we were about to leave. I just thought to myself, hang on a second, I maybe should ask them for something for me. So as you can see, I have vitiligo. So I said to them, do you have anything for vitiligo? And he called over the person who basically runs as the boss man, and he started talking to me, and he said, oh, the thing that you need is Kalawalla. I said, what are the chances? That's the thing that caught my eye on the store. So he started telling me what vitiligo is, and what Kalawalla could do for it, basically. So I already know what vitiligo is, but it was reassuring to know that he knew, because not a lot of people know. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story with vitiligo now. I wasn't born with vitiligo. I started having vitiligo about 3 years ago, and it came off the back of COVID. There's no real concrete evidence of what causes it. There's lots of different things, but it is an autoimmune condition. So basically your body, your immune system attacks healthy cells in your body, and There's lots of different immune conditions, but vitiligo is one that specifically attacks melanin. So other autoimmune conditions are lupus, Graves' disease. There's lots of different ones actually. I've got my own theories about why it started. What I really wanted to focus on when I was diagnosed, and remember it was COVID, so it took a long time to diagnose it. In that time it did get worse, and I was getting stressed, and stress does make things worse. So when I eventually got my treatments, all I wanted to do was focus on getting better. Now that I can see that I am getting better, I'm quite like, I feel like I can talk about it now, and I feel like my story might help somebody else. And also I remember seeing somebody, actually I have a cousin with vitiligo, and I remember when I saw her, I went and researched it myself, and they didn't really, you could tell that they weren't really sure why it started basically. So just if anybody's interested in the condition, some really notable people who've had it are Michael Jackson, and obviously now a lot of people in the modelling world you can see with it, most notably Winnie Harlow. Shout out to Winnie Harlow. But as I said, it was so traumatic for me. All I wanted to do was get my melanin back, and I wanted to get better. People do come up to me and say that it's beautiful, etc, etc, but when you've lived most of your life as pretty much one complexion, I'm getting used to it now, but I'm still like got the goal of like being better is one complexion. So I say that to say I have done research on other things that can help vitiligo. So eventually the NHS did prescribe me light therapy, so I do go to light therapy twice a week, and that's really been helping, and they're really nice there as well, so that really helps. So I go twice a week around my working hours. It doesn't take long. It's like a stand-up sunbed. It's really quick and easy. But what I've been finding is that sometimes I get burnt, sometimes I actually experience sunburn, and then they have to dial it back down, and it kind of is going back and forth. So I have been up to the highest dosage now, because I've been doing it so long, 3 years now. But even then, so if I have a break or I don't go for a few days, if I go back, I'll get burnt, especially on my eyes. You can't see it, but I do have it on my eyes and around my mouth as well. But my eyes obviously a very sensitive area, and some areas of my neck. I also was prescribed a topical cream, which has been really good, but you're not supposed to use that longer than 3 months at a time. And along the way, I've tried different things as well. I've tried going gluten-free, which I do believe did help. I did that for a month, and some freckles did come back, but I love bread so much, so I don't think I could do that long term. I had a sachet from this company called Xenca called 5 a Day, and it was green vegetables all ground down into powder, and you use that as a smoothie. And I did that for, I mean, I wasn't very regular with it, but I did that for out of time, and I do think that did help as well. However, when I was at the store a few weeks ago, I was just dumbfounded because I hadn't come across a tea that I could drink. Like, tea is so easy, you just boil water and boil stuff. So I was quite excited, and then when I came home, I saw videos from Dr. Sebi on it. There was other people touting the benefits of it, because it's an alkaline food as well. So it's an electric food. So if you're interested in the alkaline diet, this could be something for you. If you're not, then it could be something for you anyway. It does have lots of other benefits. There was a study, research had been done for people who had vitiligo and were having light therapy like myself, and they were also given Kalawalla. And I believe it was something like 44% of people who had the Kalawalla and light therapy saw improvement, versus 21% who were given like not the Kalawalla, they were given a placebo. If you want to have a go and read that study, I'll put the link in the description as well. So how I actually currently make it, really, really simple. Take a handful of the twigs and the leaves, put it in a saucepan. Now you can do this from cold water, but what I tend to do, cost of living crisis, I boil the water to save energy. Pour it on. Then I bring it to a boil. Let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, and then turn the heat off. I use a small strainer, put it over a mug, pour the liquid in, and there you have it, a mug of Kalawalla tea. Now when I did purchase it, they did say if you boil enough, you could have 4 cups out of it. So you could boil enough for the first day, take your 2 cups out of it, and then just reheat it on the second day, which could stretch the amount that you have basically. I paid £10 for this bag. So this bag here was full. This bag was actually full when I got it. I paid £10 for it on this store. This particular store is in Brixton. If you can't get to Brixton, there's other people who are selling capsules and things on the internet as well, so you could get it that way. So I have been drinking it a few days. I do think, and I hope this is not me being biased, but I do think it has improved a little bit already. So, I mean, it is summer here at the moment. I would have been catching a little bit more light. Some areas that I really want to improve are like around my eyes. You can't see it now, but I wear makeup. Around my mouth is pretty much finished actually. That's pretty much filled in. That was pretty white at one point. And my neck is obviously the most visible. I don't wear any makeup on my neck. You can see where it's filled in here, but if you looked at the back of my neck, then you would see a lot more white patches. So I really want to see if those areas, the back of my neck is so stubborn. It gets the heat in the machine, but it just doesn't really respond that well. So that's another area I'd really love to see that the Kalawalla fills in, because I wear my hair down like this all the time. I'd love to wear my hair up a little bit more. I just feel quite self-conscious that actually, even now that I've got pigment hair and it's pretty white at the back. So yeah, these are the sort of things I would like to see. That's all from me for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.